What's going on, you guys? My name is Jacq. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, we talk about entrepreneurship, business. I share my journey with you guys and my story on going from really nothing to starting this journey of becoming an entrepreneur and my ups and downs. So today, I want to share a story with y'all about the day I took my daughter to Penn Center in St. Helena Island, South Carolina, which is where I'm from. I was born in Beaufort, South Carolina. Lived the first, I want to say, 5 to 6 years of my life in Beaufort. Ended up coming to Kentucky, and I always had a connection with home. I would always travel back and forth between the two states. But I had never, until I was older, went to visit the Penn Center Museum to see really what all I had came from. And I didn't really have a true knowledge of self. And there's a saying, if you don't know where you came from, you don't know where you're going. And it was like I had a sense of purpose and a sense of knowing myself, but until I seen firsthand all of the things that had been built and created by my ancestors, I didn't personally take up a baton, in a sense, to push things to another level. But on that day, it was like a life-changing time where you're just surrounded by so many great things and accomplishments, and seeing this stuff from people that look like you, it motivates you to want to do something very similar, if not even better, and take it farther than your forefathers and foremothers took it. And there's always been a quote that stuck out with me that I saw during the trip, and I'm going to share it with y'all real quick. We at a time right now where you're going to see who's really for the freedom of their people, who's really for saving themselves and saving others, or people who are about to self-destruct. Because a lot of people right now are about to die in their sins. Ain't that right, ancestor? A lot of y'all are lazy. You don't want to hear that, and that's fine. There's two different kinds of people. There's the haves and the have-not. And I'm not talking about material things. I'm talking about work ethic, initiative, pride, love of self. When you have a certain love of self and then you've been stripped of many of your human rights. I'll show y'all this picture real quick. This is at Penn Center, and over here I'm gonna explain to y'all who Laura Town was. The European Caucasian woman that you're seeing in that photo right there, her name is Laura M. Town. And it says, Laura M. Town, founder of Penn School in 1862, was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, May 3rd, 1825. Town was raised both in Massachusetts and Philadelphia, where she acquired an interest in the anti-slavery movement through her father, John Town, and the First Unitarian Church in Philadelphia. When President Abraham Lincoln called for the help of Northern missionary societies to aid in educating the enslaved Africans of Port Royal Island, Town enthusiastically boarded the Oriental ship from New York to Beaufort. April 9th, 1862, Town arrived at Oaks Plantation House. What Town thought would be a 5 or 10 year stay became 39 years. On several occasions, she suffered illness. However, she remained committed and devoted to the people of St. Helena. On February 22nd, 1901, in poor health, Laura M. Town passed away. Now, this quote right here that you're about to hear from Laura M. Town shows the difference in our people right now, because I'm one of the ones that she's talking about right here. She says, on October 28th, 1877, she says, our school is a delight. It rained one day last week, but through the pelting showers came nearly every blessed child. Some of them walked 6 miles and back besides doing their task of cotton picking. Their steadily eagerness to learn is just something amazing. To be deprived of a lesson is severe punishment. I got no reading today, or no writing, or no sums. It's cause for bitter tears. This race is going to rise. It is biding its time. How many of y'all are ready to go walk to the library today after doing your daily task of cotton picking? Ask yourself that, because I'm ready. I'm ready to walk with my brothers and sisters. That's the thirst of knowledge that I have. I'm reading a couple different books right now, reading up on this 48 Laws of Power. This book I read almost daily because it's got um, little segments, daily meditations for the day. So, for example, April 3rd, it's got a little section in there. To live is to think and act, and to think and act is to change. Man as mind is subject to change. He is not something made and finally completed, but has within him the capacity for progress. April 3rd, the purification of the heart, the thinking of right thoughts, and the doing of good deeds. What are they but calls to a higher, nobler mode of thought, energizing forces urging men to effort in the choosing of thoughts which shall lift them into the realms of greater power, greater good, greater bliss. Aspiration, meditation, devotion. These are the chief means which men in all ages employ to reach up to higher modes of thought, wider areas of peace, vaster realms of knowledge, for as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. He is saved from himself, from his own folly and suffering by creating within new habits of thought, by becoming a new thinker, a new man. Man's being is modified by every thought he thinks. Every experience affects his character. Again, I thirst for this knowledge. Daily, I wake up and pray for infinite intelligence and to learn more and to be of service to the human family, because I just been biding my time. I just been biding my time. I was dead, buried in a shallow grave, but I'm found now. I was once lost, and now I'm found. It's as simple as that. Some of y'all ain't picked up a book since the king and prophet Nipsey passed, and y'all talking about the marathon continues. I'm not here to judge you, but what marathon are you running? What marathon are you running really? What race are you running? What baton have you picked up to push the race forward for our people and the struggles that we going through? I want to salute everybody out there that has been doing stuff, and I'm on video right now, I can't answer that. I want to salute everybody, like I said, that has been preparing themselves for times like these, putting themselves in situations, steadily learning, daily, researching. God said, I'm going to save those who save themselves. And a lot of y'all, as much as it hurts to say, a lot of y'all ain't going to be saved. We in prophetic times right now, and I see what's about to happen. You got some people like myself that are currently building their boats, building their arcs up. And it says, the prophet Noble Drew Ali said, I remember when I was Noah. I remember when I was on the soul plane. And when the great flood came, men came knocking, banging on the door. Noah, Noah, let me in. And you know what he said to him? The door is locked. And an angel came and took the key away. Some of y'all had so much time during the good times is when it's important to prepare yourself for times like these. And now we starting to see who has been swimming naked. It's like Warren Buffett said, you don't know who's swimming naked till the tide come in. A lot of y'all been willy-nilly living day to day, not planning, not using the brain that the ultimate creator gave you. Everything you need is in here. And it all starts with the thinking patterns and the thoughts that you have and are having. If I had thoughts of hatred towards my brothers and sisters all day long, it's going to be reciprocated back to me. Whereas I think of loving thoughts to even my worst enemy, because ultimately they suffering from a mental disease. I'm going to sip my smoothie though. It's not too late, but it almost is. The last trumpets are sounding right about now. And right now is when you got a split second, because you don't got days, months. It's like right now. If you get this knowledge that I'm putting out in this video and you decide to do nothing with it, I did my part, because I didn't even really want to do a video like this. I'm actually right now could be working on my business that's bringing me revenue. But this has been sitting so heavy on my heart and on my mind that some of y'all need to stop being lazy. I've said it in multiple videos of mine on my YouTube channel. Sometimes I have bags under my eyes because it'll be 3 in the morning and I need some knowledge. What Nip say? They don't know about them sleepless nights. Them looking for a reason nights when it's 3 a.m. and you listening to podcast or whatever it is. Like what Lauren said, he would sleep with listening to audio books. Come on. How many of y'all are thirsting for this knowledge? Because we rising right now. We are rising right now. Don't let nobody knock you off of your square. Now is the time to be self-studying, finding out who you are, what's going on in the world. Time's up. Time is up for all of these imposters. Time is up for these $5 Indians, and I call them exactly what they are. Don't get it confused. I'm not name calling, bashing, hating. I'm calling them what they are. These same Indians, so-called Indians, that bought their way into the Dawes Roll, and their grandkids is benefiting off of this stuff right now. Ex-black chairman gets 10 months prison in fraud case. ABC News, Fed revokes reservations. Google that, Fed revokes reservations. Because Trump ain't playing with none of these Indians. What'd he say? They don't look like no Indians to me. They don't look like no Indians to me. Time magazine, 4 days ago. Federal government revoking reservation status for Mashpah Wampanoag Tribe 300 acres. Time is up for you, $5 Indian. A tribe is losing reservation status for its more than 300 acres in Massachusetts, raising fears among Native American groups that other tribes could face the same fate under the Trump administration. They ain't native, and that's why they getting revoked. The universe is cleansing itself right now. Y'all gotta pay attention to this stuff. They got y'all worried about the coronavirus, and y'all ain't paying attention. America can't receive her judgment until the truth has come out, but it's coming out right now. But they got y'all so focused on the coronavirus pandemic, y'all aren't seeing all of these kind of articles that's exposing the truth that's happening right now. Says the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe was notified late Friday by the Federal Bureau of Indian Affairs that it will be rescinding its reservation designation and removing the land from federal trust, according to Cedric Cromwell, the tribe's chairman. He said the move is cruel and unnecessary as the tribe and others across the nation are struggling to respond to the coronavirus pandemic within sovereign lands. Talk about being blindsided. It was a sucker punch in the face from the bully you thought was your friend, he said Monday. Yeah, he thought Trump was his friend. He thought that. Trump said he was gonna make America great again. He thought he was his friend. Said, I thought they were calling to see how we were doing in all of this. To do it at 4 p.m. on a Friday during a pandemic, that's sneaky. The U.S. Department of the Interior, which oversees Native American affairs, is obligated by a recent federal court decision to remove the special land designations which were bestowed in 2015 under then-President Barack Obama, according to Connor Swanson, an agency spokeswoman. Telling y'all, this is happening right now in real time, and y'all are missing it because they throwing all this coronavirus stuff in y'all's face. This ain't no conspiracy theory. These are real stories happening in real time. Time magazine. In February, the U.S. Court of Appeals in Boston upheld a lower court decision declaring the federal government had not been authorized to take land into trust for the Cape Cod-based tribe, which traces its ancestry to the Native Americans that shared a fall harvest meal with the Pilgrims in 1621. The Mashpee Wampanoag tribe declined to challenge that decision. Declined to challenge it, because they know it's two things that don't lie: mathematics and our ancestors' bones. And I'm going to leave y'all with that. I love y'all.